What up, what up? Today we're going to talk about naming polynomials. Now there's two ways that you can name polynomials. The first way that we're going to talk is naming them by degree. Now the degree is the highest exponential value. For example, if I have something with that's 3x squared plus 2x to the 8th, the highest degree is that 8. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. Let's get rid of you. We won't talk about anything as crazy as that. We're actually going to start out with a degree of 0. Now, a degree of 0 goes by the name constant. Now, if it has a degree of 0, that means it is something with x to the 0th power, like a regular number. X to the 0th power is 1. So something like 3x to the 0th power is 3 times 1, which is 3. So a constant is just a number that doesn't have any variables attached to it that has a degree of 0. If it has a degree of 1, we call that linear. Now, an example of a linear equation could be 3x minus 5. The highest exponential value is a 1, so I have 3x to the invisible 1 here. If the degree is 2, we call that quadratic. So an example of that could be 8 minus 4x squared. If the degree is 3, that's a cubic. So an example of that is negative x minus x squared minus x cubed. It's literally making stuff up. Again, the highest degree is a cube. Doesn't really matter the order that things go in. You just look at it. And we'll stop with the degree of 4. That is a quartic. And I'll just put x to the 4th, because why not? Doesn't matter how many terms it is, it's just the fact that x to the 4th is the highest. If I put 5, it's quintic. There's others, but we're not going to worry about that. Anything after the 4, does have a name, but like I said, we're not going to worry about that. If you have a polynomial, you can name it by how many terms it has. For example, 5x minus 3 has 2 terms. So let's name those. Let's start out with 1 term. You can't have something with 0 terms. If it's a 1 term, it's a monomial. Mono means 1, so 1 term is monomial. So something like 3x to the 5th is 1 term. If it has 2 terms, we call that a binomial. And that could be like x plus 9. Okay, 3 terms is a trinomial, and that could be like x to the 9th minus 2x plus 1, 3 terms. And anything after that, we just say n term because, we don't want to name too much. So we're going to ignore that example right there. Okay, so 4 term, 5 term, 6 term, 7 term, stuff like that. Let's name some of them, shall we? We have a thing with 2 terms, and the highest degree is 2. So we would call this, if it's 2 terms, it's a binomial. And since the highest degree is 2, it is quadratic. Usually we give it the name based off of the degree first. It just sounds better in the English language, don't know why. But this is a quadratic because the highest degree is 2. And since there's 2 terms, binomial. So this is a quadratic binomial. This guy has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So I will call that a 4 term. And the highest degree is a 4. So it's a 4-term quartic. Okay. Pretty simple so far. And we've got ourselves a nothing. There's x to the 0th power, so that is a constant. And since there's only one term, we will say constant monomial. Quick video. Pretty basic, pretty easy. That's that. Bye.